If that water wet, it's got gators in it.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Because remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
All right, good people. All right, good people. This is your AMA for pedestrians, okay? For people that want to join. Uh, got questions that I can answer? Please, it's your time to actually go into it. Um, if not, I might have a couple things to play. But, yeah, Bitter Bitcoin Wagner, yeah. Yeah, things start going off the rails, and then these AIs are um, starting to get on my nerves because now you got to check and see if they're AIs because they be saying, they be saying stuff with the voices that you recognize, the voices that you trust. You have to go back and see if that is indeed the person saying it. Especially Mearsheimer's all over the place, man. Because especially now with the Venezuela thing, I see Mearsheimer's name all over the place, and people using his AI. So, anybody got questions? Questions? No. Okay. Nobody got questions? All right. Uh, is this the end of ICE? No. Um, I don't. One, I don't know why Congress is not stepping in. If they really have a problem with what ICE is doing, how come Congress can actually step in and start passing stuff? If they really want to step in, they could. Um, I don't know what's up with white people um, and immigrants. You notice there ain't no black folks out there. Few, if no, almost no black folks out there protesting against ICE for the most part. Um, I don't know. I know there's liberal white folks are out there protesting, man, but it's gotten really nasty out there, and attacking federal agents is never a good idea. Like the woman that got shot. Okay, you got 5 federal agents with guns drawn, telling you get out the car. You get out the fucking car. You don't try to run over a guy and drive off. That is a license to get you popped, and that's what happened to her. ABS, if Donald Trump is the Joker and Biden is the Commissioner Gordon, who is Batman? Um, it's a damn good question. That's a damn good question. I don't know who Batman is. I guess this is Gotham City before Batman. This energy person said, "When you take your vacation, do you plan to travel outside the country?" Yep, I do. Okay. JD Vance is Batman. I think JD Vance is more like Robin. Is Minnesota a powder keg? I don't think so. It's not big enough. Actually, I really don't understand what they're protesting. Will Trump take over Greenland? Some people say they will. He will. Some people say he won't. Um, and for any kind of treaty, Congress has more to do with that than he does. He just can't take it because he says so. Congress has to go along with it, and if Congress goes along with it, it's not just him. You just can't. You just can't. One guy just can't determine I'm going to take over a landmass. It doesn't work that way. Congress will have to. If you're going to, it has to go. One has to go to. It has to go to treaty level, and then Congress has to sign it over. So I don't think so. Unless he's going to do it by force. I don't think he's going to do it by force. Is there any one thing you admire about us millennials? Is there one thing? Uh, Millennials, I would say, have good hearts. I would say, if nothing else, millennials really do have good hearts. Okay, they're clueless, but they have good hearts. And I think millennials, they won't grow up. That's my problem with millennials. They want to stay children, but they have good hearts. I would say that. Gavin Newsom is Batman. I don't think Gavin Newsom is Batman. I don't think so. Yeah, I got three of them, and I think for the most part, I think millennials mean well. I think they're clueless, but I think they mean well. Basically, I say the dollar, the dollar probably will run another 100 years. But thing as a reserve currency, I think it's got maybe God, unless they really fuck it up, maybe 20 years. What do you think about Trump using $200 billion in mortgage bonds to lower housing? I think it's a good idea. I think anything that'll lower rents and housing to get people off the freaking streets, I think is a good idea. How do you feel about Gen Alpha? Is too soon because they're too young. Gen Z remind me of the boomers more than anybody else. Okay, it's sad, but Karens parked in the middle of a road will not stop. Karen's parked in the middle of the road will not stop the empire. Fuck around and find it. They can slow it down, but they can't stop it. Okay, I know Trump likes to show because Trump, I think, has deported like 300,000 people, but you had like 1.5 million people self-deport. So that's the way Obama did. Obama just cut up, just like cutting off any vermin or roaches, but you just remove the food, okay, and they'll leave. That's what happened with Obama. Was China exposed as an ally that will not come to your aid? That does that hurt BRICS? Actually, Venezuela was not part of BRICS, and China and Russia cannot help you if it's a coup. Okay, Maduro was sold out. He was not taken. He was sold out by his own people. That's why I called it a coup. Uh, in my opinion, that VP is dirty, but that's just my opinion. Okay, they didn't. It was an invasion. It was a coup, and they came and collected him. As they are the future, even though Alpha can't read. They're the future anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay, well, if you don't teach them to read, that's the future that you have. Unless you plan to live forever, maybe you do. It's just you right. They need black men now. I had a white woman get fired over talking bad about me, and she was HR. Hey, the script has flipped, man. The script has flipped. Okay, DEI is dead. Say, Ninja Person, do you have any opinions on Iran uprising? Financial stress. Okay, financial stress. Um, what I'm hearing from people on the inside, it's not as bad as the West makes it looks. I mean, what's the difference between what Iran is doing and the ICE protest that we see now? Okay, you always have people in the street. I don't think it's that bad. Will our gas and oil prices drop in the U.S. with the tech? I think it will because you're gonna get a bigger supply. I think so. Gas is $1.99 in Oklahoma. I'm amazed. Yep. Well, I think it's an oversupply right now, so the price will go down. I think it's temporary because oil should be oil according to the Saudis, and this was 15 years ago. Oil should have been at $125 a barrel. That is that is probably the price of what oil should be. $5 a gallon should be the median price according to inflation. What's up, Chance? I'm gonna go about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because Art's gonna boot up in a little bit. Daniel Berry, what's going on? Can Jasmine Crockett win? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she actually. I mean, black women love her, but I think white women and black men do not. Okay, so I don't think she can. And definitely white men don't. Did the EV market affect oil prices? No, it's supply. It's supply. I think you got a glut right now. Do you think the manufacturer? Yeah, one day it will return, but thing is, it won't return until manufacturer will return, but things will people be doing it? Okay, it's going to return because the robots will be doing the manufacturing. Do I have a guess what America will look like in 20 years? Nope, I have no clue, man. No clue, because too many things can happen. Does the ACA passing in the House reduce the chance of a shutdown? Yeah, yeah. Once they came to agreement, there's nothing to fight about. What I heard from one congressman is that the Democrats engineered the shutdown. Actually engineered the shutdown to make the Republicans look bad, and that was from a Democratic rep. That the Democrats at the top engineered the shutdown. I'll find out because it was actually on. I should have saved it. I'm gonna start saving stuff because I hear stuff all the time. And I start saving it and storing it someplace. 15 minutes in. Let's see what we have. Um, what's on my mind? Uh, it's too much, man. It's way too much stuff going on right now. So, um, everything and nothing at the same time. I was going to play something, but I don't know if we have time. Let's see if I can find it. Because it was actually Michael Hudson talking, explaining Venezuela. And Michael Hudson was the architect of the petrodollar back in 1971. And he was explaining about why America took over Venezuela to actually reboot the petrodollar. It's less about gas prices, less about the oils, but it's about reinflating the petrodollar. Will things ever get stabilized in Congo? Not in these decades, okay? Not in this decade. Because I'm reading 1984, and it is as advertised. It's a real glimpse into modern times and how far it can go if not checked. Yeah, yep. And based on what he saw in 1948, but it's been that way. That's why he wrote it. If you don't check it, that's what will happen. And the technology is just now getting here for 1984. Do you think the adios the ADOS or adios? Do you think the ADOS population will get as low as the Native Americans? Um, Probably not that low. I say it should round out like California, right around 5%. What's my stock? I don't have a stock market for the end of this year. I don't have no clue, man, about the end of this year. In 2026, I don't know. I have no clue because there's too many hands in the cookie jar, and and they're willing to bend some rules. So it's not going to be an orderly market. It should be down. This is getting interesting, isn't it? Now Trump says he can do whatever he wants. Nobody can stop him but his own morality. Uh, uh, a lot of this stuff is because Congress actually agrees with him, and Jack Rasmus was saying the same thing. Okay, but they're just letting Trump take the hit. A lot of what Trump is doing, Congress actually agrees with on both sides. What's up, Doughboy? What's going on? I was looking at some videos about Greenland. What's your take on the reason why Trump? One, as part of his Fortress America plan. Okay, America First plan, because Greenland is as part of the Arctic, and um, as the ice melts up in the Arctic, there's more there's resources. There's travel. Waterways for people, for goods and services to actually travel. So yeah, that's why he wants Greenland. He wants America from tip to tip. 5% is rough. I don't know why it's rough. Admixture is normal, man. You guys are getting upset about something you can't control. That's normal. White folks are upset. White folks used to be like 90%. Okay, they're down to less than 50. Just every black man in my family is married to a non-ADOS woman. It's over for my family. That's very normal. The red bone enthusiast says, "Is there any possibility to be upwardly mobile during a post-labor economy, or will everyone be stuck in their own current class?" No, there's always upward mobility. Okay, you just have to find your angle. You have to find your angle. Low sperm count. Uh, there's a whole bunch of reasons why. I heard CGA reference Big John from one of his older videos. It seemed like a good basis for a brother trying to struggle out of the matrix. He is still around. Is he still around? Who's Big John? I don't know who Big John is. Maintaining that petrodollar is all that matters for the sake of the dollar itself. Once you understand that, everything else makes sense. Yeah. Um. Let me see if I can find it. The video. I think it's on the other side. I think it's on the other channel. Hold on. Um, Switch channels real quick on this one. Which counts. Um, because like I said, because Michael Hudson, I listen to him all the time because he actually wrote the petrodollar plan, and he kind of laid out what Venezuela's about and what they're trying to do. They're trying to they're grasping at straws, trying to hold on, okay, as long as they can. So Michael Hudson and Jack Rasmus, who's another guy, another progressive uh, uh, um, economist, are saying similar things. I have no love for Karens. Karens have always been the least supportive during my career. Because you're a threat. You're a smart black man. You're a threat. Do you think that there's another civilization beyond the ice wall? No, I don't think so. But if you can prove it, please go prove it. Nope, there's too many satellites, too many pictures, too many airplanes. No, there isn't. So why would the elite protect it? It doesn't make sense. I said, will the Democrats win back the House in November? I don't know. That's too far away. I don't know. And Trump is not making it any easier. Once the Saudis get comfortable taking some form of crypto in exchange for oil, there goes the dollar. Not really. That's like they took Venezuela. Okay, got to remember with Venezuela they control half of the proven reserves on the planet. So do you foresee the U.S. Gangstering Greenland into ownership like we did with Venezuela? We don't own it, but then we control it. We don't own it, but we control it. I don't think we can own Greenland without a whole bunch of kerfuffle. Basically then the Congress will have to agree to it because they have to sign a treaty. You believe UFOs are real and monitoring us? I do. Okay, well you know what? I um I take an agnostic view to UFOs. Okay, I believe they could exist. I believe they could be here, but the thing is, I have no proof. So without proof, and I've been listening to UFO talk since I was like 5 years old, and it's about 60 years, and I haven't seen anything. And you have more than enough cameras, more enough videos, more than enough smartphones. Okay, you should have spotted them. If they were actually real and present and active, you'd seen them already, in my opinion. That's the talk. Okay. Lately, Andrew Tate was talking bad about the West, about white people not having babies. Why? It's because they're disappearing. White women are not having babies. I mean, they're not the only ones. They've been saying that for the last 40 years. That's not new. And as they lose population, they lose power. And plus, his mama's white. So, even though his father is black, he sees himself as a white man, which I have no problem with. You can, if you're in the UK and they say that you're white, you're white. Would you really kick U.S. military out? U.S. military when it believes Russia is a threat, and they're not going to kick them out. In fact, the Russia's really not a threat. Really, the reason they actually want to keep NATO is because without NATO, Europe will go back to fighting each other, and that's what causes all the problems. So that's how come Eisenhower wanted to pull NATO back in the 50s because he said it wasn't necessary. Okay, because Soviet Union wasn't a threat, especially with nuclear weapons. It wasn't a threat. But the thing is, that's not the problem. Okay, European Union will break up and start fighting each other if a U.S. is not there. That's why. What's up, Dev Apostle? What's the word? Let's see. Where does he start talking?
Yes, nationalize the oil. All we want is to American control, which Trump, like China, have provided Venezuela with arms to shoot down ships. And we've done the war game. And if you really go to war with Venezuela by saying you're going to bomb them, Trump didn't say he's going to invade. He said we're going to destroy them on land. In other words, missiles. Well, obviously, Venezuela is prepared with the Russian and Chinese defenses and its own defenses too.
Um, I wish they would just stop trying to make rumors about attacking Iran and go ahead and do it. Iran will finish the job. Okay, the only thing that Israel can do is actually shoot a nuke at them, which is not a good idea because Pakistan has already said if Iran needs nukes, we got plenty. So the only thing Israel could do is actually start a nuclear war. But if they start another shooting war with Iran that's not nuclear, there won't be in Israel, and they know it. because they called it off the last time. If they thought they could win, they'd have kept fighting the first time. In fact, it's so bad. Hamas is laughing is because Israel doesn't have a defense shield anymore, and they're easy to hit. But Iran is not going to take it lying down. I don't know what you mean, Mosfet. I have no clue what you're talking about. I don't know Pakistan head news because I do know that they are terrified to the death of India, which has nukes. Well, they both have nukes. They're not. Pakistan is not afraid of India. Okay, Pakistan is not afraid of India at all. In fact, India tried to attack them last time and got 4 of their planes shot down. They're not afraid of India. Yeah, they used it all up. Hey, BGS, do you think you could put in a good word with Dr. L? I want to get Theo on his podcast for the upcoming March. Email him. He'll do it. He'll do it. Yeah, just email him. He'll do it. In fact, Theo should y'all should contact Jeff too. Jeff St. James. Because one of my colleagues from Germany said a lot of Germans are sick of the EU and paying for poor countries and sacrificing Germany. Yeah, well, that's true. They are. I don't blame them. Russia and China's air defense systems were disabled. No, somebody turned them off. Okay. Somebody turned them off. Okay. If that was the case, then they'd kept them off. They would have kept them off when Israel was attacking them. Okay, it's bullshit. They had spies come in, pay people off to actually turn it off, just like they did with Venezuela. They bribed them, and they found those guys. Okay. Also, happy Friday. Enjoy some tacos on me. Appreciate you, Jules. Ultimately, people aren't less people on the planet benefit in the long run as will lead to displacement of polarity of people. I don't know, man. Are you willing to take a dirt nap for the sake of the planet? He is without sin cast the first stone. Okay. Are you willing to take that dirt nap? Because you black in America, you know you first on the list, right? You know that, right? But that's going to happen. But they determine that's going to happen naturally anyway. They say population will peak on the planet, not just here. We've already pretty much we've peaked as far as natural population. We're importing people. As far as the natural population increase in the United States, we peaked back in the like 2010. Okay, we're importing people. That's how come Biden has to imported 10 million people as workers. Okay. But yeah, email Dr. Ells and tell him you want to be on. He'll have you on. Also emailed Dr. Thunder and Jeff St. James. Okay, and tell him I sent you. You tell him I sent you, Dr. Ells, and Jeff probably will invite you on. Anyway, I'm gonna play a little of this till we get some questions in.
Blow up the ships, and the Army obviously talked him out of it, and that's why he sort of floundered for his 25-minute speech. Well, here's the problem. Trump is trying to blame the foreigners. As you just said, he accused Venezuela of stealing their oil, and he wants to put things back the way they were. The way they were was under dictators throughout Latin America, like Perez Jimenez in Venezuela. And they were like the way they were in Cuba before Castro with Batista and the government there. The way they were was these countries were totally in American control, which Trump likes to call the American sphere of influence. And that's what
Yeah, I can keep sending me questions. I'm just playing this to fill in some space so there won't be too much dead air. You can keep sending me questions.
the national security strategy did. We control the oil. So Trump has said that all these ships we're going to block any of this shadow fleet that has been selling $8 billion a year of Venezuela's oil exports. And we're going to prevent them from trading, just as we're preventing Russia from trading its oil by blocking its tankers. Trump has already on November 29th seized one Venezuela tanker and brought it to American controlled shores and said, we confiscated the oil and took it for ourselves. We're taking our oil. Anything that Venezuela has belongs to me. And despite the fact that the oil companies all negotiated with Venezuela agreements sort of based on what they had done with Saudi Arabia. Yes, nationalize the oil. All we want is to be able to produce the oil and market it. And get all of the benefits. Well, Venezuela. The reason that Venezuela had nationalized this is they'd been exploited under the dictatorship and one way laws, and Venezuela's foreign oil was being depleted, and the oil industry has a depletion allowance in the United States. The oil that they deplete in Venezuela or any other country, their branches is a tax credit against the
And she negotiated through a third party about 3 or 4 months ago. So it was a setup. Um, I think it was Qatar. She visited Qatar, and Qatar actually negotiated with her and the Americans to do this. So this is actually a negotiation. Everybody says the same thing. In fact, there's a reason that Maduro surrounded himself with Cuban guards instead of his own people. Don't be fooled by some of these pundits behind the closed doors. Many agree with the joke. Oh yeah, because they have to. Because they have to. Be just with your knowledge. At what age were you when you finally accepted everything for what it is, and how? About I would say about late 30s, early 40s. How's that impact your relationships moving forward? Being a black Gnostic, okay, in following that path, you have to accept reality for what it is, okay, including my my love life and my children. And the thing is, the biggest thing they say, especially about black Gnostic, sonum bonum, right? The greatest good. So I have, for the last 25, 30 years, I've gone on a path of doing the greatest good. The thing is, at some point, you got to accept reality for what it is. Okay, you're not in control of this stuff. If the world was like a game of StarCraft or another real-time strategy game of all the major true moves Trump has made, makes sense on a macro level. I would say it's more like if you played Risk. It's more. It's probably closer to what's going on. Going back to the Monroe Doctrine, is similar to how China and Russia control their own geographic areas. That's exactly what's going to happen. So basically, this open globalism is probably dead because the United States can't make money from it. So they want to flip the table. And so far, everything they've done is backfired. So this is their latest ploy. Okay. Um, And it's a big move. But the thing is, they're stealing tankers and stuff like that. It's only a matter of time before Russia and China start doing the same thing. Sow good seeds, as they say. Yep. Because if you're not sure of a niche for a YouTube channel, it's advisable to start multiple channels so that you can pump out content until you figure out what you do well. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Sometimes you never know, okay? Because I really, when I first started, my thing wasn't really about relationships for the most part. It was more about energetic and spiritual dynamics. And but the thing is, you follow the need, okay? So that was probably a little too lofty. Even though I do still touch on it sometimes, had to get more closer to the to the ground level because that's where people need it. Even for politics, this stuff we talk about is kind of lofty, so I have to bring it closer to the ground. You think there will be more layoffs? Oh hell yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, it's just getting started. 2026 is just getting started, man. Yes. Oh, at this point, man, I can go to China now, man. China knows about me. They've been knowing about me for the last 20 years. So I go to China all day long. Now, I probably can go to China before I can go to the UK. Ain't that a kick in the head? Let me, since we're 30 minutes in, let me go ahead and drop a link in case somebody wants to come up because we're not going to be up here too much longer. It's because, I get another 40 minutes maybe because Art started already when Art started talking, so I don't want to be in his way. All right, there's the link in case somebody wants to jump up.
American income tax, not the countries themselves don't get any benefit from their oil being depleted, and all of this depletion allowance is counted as a
I wouldn't say isolationism. I don't think it's quite that bad because they can't because we don't produce enough or have enough resources that should be isolated. Okay, like we were in the 19th and early 20th century. We can't be that because it's too late. All our supply chains are spread out over 80 countries. You can't be isolated. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, G knows my channel. Okay, she probably knew about me before I knew about him.
cost of production, reducing their profits. And so Venezuela saw that the American oil companies simply don't report any profits to pay their income tax on. They sell Venezuela's oil at a very low price to the refineries offshore, mainly in Trinidad, at a very low price. And Trinidad, through a Panamanian company, then controlled by the oil companies like Standard Oil, will sell this oil that it buys from Venezuela at a low price at a huge markup to the Panamanian company that sells it to the United States at a higher price.
Yep.
All of this is tax avoidance. And this is why other countries don't want American oil firms to come, because they don't get any money from it. It's a one-day deal. And Trump says, if you don't let us steal your oil, you're stealing our property, because we have the right to steal your oil, because that's our sphere of influence. And we can do what they want. And he's willing, apparently, to go to war. He's very bellicose, and he thought that would make him popular. But apparently the Republicans did polls, and they found out that Americans really don't want to go to war in Venezuela anymore.
Okay, this is not the one. This is 3 weeks ago. I want the more recent one. Hold on.
So right now, he's the Ukrainian ambassador.
Let me see the more recent one. I want this one. Is it 13 days ago? I thought we had a more recent one than this. They just did. Maybe not. I wanted the one right after. Okay, it might have been this one. I want the one right after they invaded. It might not be on this one. Okay. All right. Might not be this one. Okay. There's one they just did right after they invaded. They were talking about it. All right, you guys wanted the AMA to ask questions, okay? Cause you'll be asking me all them damn questions when I have other topics up. Yes, they should. African Americans should seriously think about leaving the United States. Yeah, I said that 30 years ago. Yeah, yes, they should. But black folks ain't gonna leave. That sailed a long time ago. I'm not even thinking about it. Because black folks are not going to leave. Okay. We were born here. My family's from here. Yada yada yada. We done paid. My ancestors paid the price to build this country. I'm not leaving, and that's the way they feel. So they're not leaving. How do we prepare our black families for the post-labor? You can't. I'm a tactical law enforcement officer. My wife is a teacher. She's considered switching careers. What should I push her to? Um, Jesus. If my kids, okay, I push them toward practical skills, okay, welding, manual skills, stuff like that, is because that's the hardest to actually replace. Um, if she's a teacher, she's going to have to, she's got to find a specialty that she specializes in. Because if she's just a regular schoolroom teacher, the generative AIs are actually going to come for her job. Go where? Okay. Go to the continent. Okay, and blend in. Am I more samurai or ninja? Probably more samurai. Is Dune the best depiction of a humanistic future? Um, Eventually, yes, but I think the closest thing will probably a Brave New World. That's the closest example that I've seen. It seems like we're having a topic to disrupt. Really gets the mind going for asking questions. Okay. Yeah, it does. I don't know why. Well, stray cats are like that. The sheep have a plantation mindset to refuse. Most people are really or don't want to leave the country unless they're forced to. That's the majority of people. Will Congress put in new regulations for ICE if the Democrats take over 2026? I doubt it. You just give me the game to pull Jasmine Crockett, and my life is yours. Ah, good. Jasmine is status driven. Okay. The thing is, I don't know what Jasmine Crockett's kink is because she's a 4, so she probably got a kink. So, and you have to find out what her type is. If I had to pick an Asian country to live, where would you go? Probably Thailand or the Philippines, with a third being Vietnam. Not Japan. Not for me. Japan's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. India raced by Japan as the fourth biggest economy. Not a good time. Japan. Um, Japan is very isolationist. Okay? Japan does not want to import people, and Japan has too many old folks. I've met Jasmine Crockett in person. She is tiny, but yes, I would. It's okay. Is it worth training for cybersecurity and AI? Yeah, yeah, because you're gonna have to have people keeping um, an eye out on these bots. Okay. Thailand has great infrastructure, many English speakers, low cost of living, and welcoming population. Yeah. Even though I think they're starting to reach their limit of visitors because they're so hot, so they're starting to turn down visas. So it's going to be harder. With America's all the history between blacks and whites, it's fair to say that they share more mutual interests than any other races in America. Yeah, well, because we built this country together. But do you like your place in that interest? Okay, is MAGA going to live after Trump? Yeah, MAGA's not going anywhere. MAGA's just a name, but the populist sentiment was still there because MAGA actually came out of the uh, I forget what they call it, the not Occupy Wall Street, but the just will the U.S. ever get rid of its debts? Probably not. I mean, it could. It depends. It depends on if you get a global reset. Um, if you get a global reset where the machines take over, yeah, the debt will be wiped out. Tea Party, yeah. Yeah, MAGA came out of the Tea Party. Be just when you dropped your video on how black men fuel the bullshit, participating in street culture to pull black women's, my thought process shifted. Had to ask myself some hard questions, even though I'm a square. Yeah. Um, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay. Black women run the culture. The thing is, street culture. Black women fucking follow the fucking money. It is what it is, man. We have to start admitting that, okay? Because they love squares and dudes and ties and quarter zips and shit like that. When they had the money, and when the thugs and the gangsters and the scammers and the drug dealers had the money, they shifted gears, okay? Black women love money. That's how come they love Uncle Sam. Any thoughts on how Liberia fits into the U.S. plans on a continent? Liberia, um, Liberia is still a mess. Okay, Liberia is not even on the radar. Liberia is still a mess. I have never heard them talk about plans for Liberia, ever. With sleep and exercise being important to one's health, how do you go about building a second business, like a lucrative YouTube channel to replace a teaching career? I can retire in a couple of years. Um, you got to be efficient, okay? Um, if you got a teaching career, that means um, say you want to build a second career. It depends on what it is. If it's not physical, it only takes a couple hours a day, 2 or 3 hours a night, um, and maybe some hours on the weekends. You can actually build a second business, and then start transitioning. Even if BGS probably got this question 100%. Will there be a U.S. versus NATO? No, I don't think so. NATO does not have the money nor the weapons to actually fight the U.S. for Greenland. And Congress will have to get in the middle of it anyway because he just can't take Greenland without Congress getting involved. That's like Congress not saying anything. That means they probably agree with this shit. Yeah. It's not just the Republicans either. As far as the future job market is concerned, is it better to learn AI or learn how to build things AI needs to? Yeah, it's better to learn how what AI needs to function. Okay, learning AI is not that big a deal unless you are into into cybersecurity or something like that. Then you need to learn AI. Now, AI is a tool, okay, unless you're actually a high level doing machine language coding or something like that, which is difficult, okay. Learn to work around, learn to use AI as a tool. Because what do you think the ramifications will be, if any, with Trump administration switching sanction enforcement from paper to physical seizures? Um, Depends on how the world reacts, okay? Because I heard a story about Russia seizing some ships. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was trying to find the find verification, but I couldn't find it. If that happens, then yeah, we're all fucked. Can a new generation of African Americans with development plans help rebuild Liberia? Yeah, you could. Do they want to go? They can do it now. Do they actually want to go? You can go to You can actually go to Liberia and within a year, with a good lawyer, get citizenship in Liberia. If that's what you wanted to do. Liberia is America's colony. Okay, they actually not bought, but they actually developed Liberia for Black American people. Okay, so even though they changed the law, you can still get a lawyer and go to Liberia and go to court. Within a year or two, you're gonna have citizenship in Liberia. What is the real reason Haiti hasn't improved their condition? Because nobody wants them to, and plus, um, they're using Haiti like Vietnam. Okay, Haiti's there to actually extract labor and wealth from Haiti, and Haiti's not coordinated enough to actually fight back. So Haiti's more like Haiti's closer to an African country than any other country in the Western Hemisphere, because they act just like the African countries. Okay, they can't organize themselves and fight back. Do you know if Charles Faulkner considered opening up a personal training security visas? He does that. That's why he has to actually train his people. So he has done that. He hasn't done it formally, but he has done that. That's how that's how he gets his young men to actually become security personnel. He has to train them. That's the whole reason. Would the NFL have to raise their rookie minimum maximum since NIL deals are becoming well? Look, nope. Actually, they don't. Okay, if NIL deals, things you have to play to get the NIL deals, you have to play. Okay, much like the WNBA. Okay, got to get advertising from the NFL, so they don't. In fact, it's probably cheaper. It's probably cheaper to do it the way they're doing it. And why get more money? Okay, if they get more money on the outside by using the NFL as a backstop, okay, they don't need your money. Let them get their money on their own. I wouldn't. In fact, I'd probably lower it since you don't need my money. You don't need my money. I'm gonna lower it. I'm actually gonna lower it. Okay, go get it for yourself. Because they need you as much as you need them. In fact, they don't have what are they actually going to advertise if they're not playing for the NFL? I'm a former NFL player, and I want you to sell my gear. Come on, man. Anything else? Okay, we got another few minutes. Nobody wants to come up, and we'll go about another 10 minutes, and we'll get out of here and go over to arts. Just when I read the Slave Bible, I lost faith in Christianity totally. Indoctrination. Religion is indoctrination. Yes, it is. It's there for a reason. How close is the WNBA to Royal screw up? Like a hair's breadth. And David Stern already told him he'd rather it fold than give in to unreasonable demands. Okay, basically they're asking for welfare from the NBA, and they said they're not going to do it. Former NFL players doing local car dealership commercials. What are the benefits to class compression? Um, uh, Basically, class compression means that you're comfortable in any area. In other words, mixing rich people with the middle class or working class people is not a big deal. Okay, go to the same church, go to the same barber shop. It's more communal with class compression, which is probably why we're compressed. It's because we are actually socialized to be a extended family or a communal people. That's why. So it giveth and taketh away. Anything else? I think I answered just about everybody's question. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Triple X, what's going on? Where you been, man? You said there was a always opportunity to actually rise in class even in the event of yeah, especially during techno feudalism. Okay, if you have enough knowledge and you come up with a good idea, you can rise in class. How do you get into geopolitics? It's easy. Just read. It's not that hard, especially on YouTube, man. It's really easy now, especially with the Ukraine crisis. I've given you guys more than enough uh, um, avenues into geopolitics. Basically, a lot of your realists and a lot of your progressive pundits are actually online right now and easily available, whereas they weren't before. Like you would never hear a Wilkerson or a McGregor or these kind of people um, available like this. They'd be on CNN or something like that, and then they'd go behind a wall. Any update on? No, not really. Still in progress. Will Trump be able to get Maduro's regime out of office? No, no, he doesn't want to get Maduro's regime out of office. He actually wants to keep them. He's already said they already cut the deal, man. They already cut the deal. There's no reason to get her out of office. Okay, it's because if you get her out of office, it's going to be a civil war, and that's the last thing that you want because you actually want to extract the money and the resources without too much fuss. It's going to cost you more to actually do that kind of shit. Can you count how many times the black ministry has died? Oh no, I lost count. What is the funniest reason you heard during your tenure? Uh the funniest thing. Okay. They said that it was unnecessary because the black manosphere uh, everything had gone mainstream and they left us behind. We didn't actually have anything else to offer. When they come up with that stuff, man, they a lot of them get mad because I think CGA just got mad about it and say we're irrelevant because you got pissed off you weren't making the money that you were. Okay, I think that happens. But I believe in 50 years there will be a smart rooms that will diagnose medical conditions, likely replace doctors like we see them today. Um, there are. What's probably going to happen later on is they're going to put, they're not going to be a smart room. They're actually going to send you a full body suit. It will do the same thing as a doctor's diagnosis. Will Trump take Cuba also? I don't think so. I don't think there's enough. I don't think Cuba is worth wasting money on Cuba to take it over. What does Cuba have that the United States wants? Nothing. Um, Can the Somali community eat our lunch when it comes to playing the game of? Nope, not really. Not really. The people that ate your lunch more than anybody were the Latinos. Then coming Latinos in the when they took over the drug trades. Those are the ones that actually started eating your lunch. It wasn't so it wasn't the Somalis. Somalis is in a small area and their own little fiefdom. They're not really spread out like that. What would be the 51st state in the union? If they had their druthers, it'd be Israel. They already called Israel the 51st state. We spend more money on them. But the thing is, it probably would be Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is probably the closest to being the 51st state. Really, they already are for the most part. Out of curiosity, if Black Ados billionaire wanted to invest in the infrastructure of Liberia to help the people there and help transfer African Americans, would the U.S. interfere? Nope. But that's not enough money. Probably not. That's not enough money. It's not enough money to actually move people over there. Okay. If you give them reparations, which is about like $10 trillion, that would do it. That would make a huge impact. Okay. Can you go back to one of my? Ask it again. I'm not gonna. I don't want to scroll back. Okay. Have you ever watched the channel Economic Warning? No, I've never watched it. I never watched it. I mean, there's so many channels out there. It's ridiculous now. In your opinion, what would benefit men more, mandatory DNA tests or the end of no-fault divorce? Right now, mandatory DNA. Any no-fault divorce will help the state. Well, any no-fault divorce really doesn't help men. It helps the state keep marriages together. If you're into child support and alimony, okay, that would help men way more. Because men wouldn't give a shit about whether the bitch left or not. Okay, if he wasn't taking, men could care less if the bitch left him. Okay, divorced him. If he didn't have to pay alimony or child support, she can bounce. Okay, he'll go find him another woman. The thing is, you're taking 40% of his wages with her. Okay, that hurts. I don't care about no. I don't think most guys could care less about no fault divorce. What they care about is the alimony and child support that they have to pay afterwards. Okay, that's what they care about. At least me. I don't. The chick. If the bitch ain't happy, man, let her go. You know, just don't take my money with you. That's all. Hell, them chicks wouldn't leave if they can't take your money. They wouldn't leave. That's what they found out in Kentucky. 50-50 custody, and she not gonna get no child support. She ain't getting no alimony. That bitch stays right there. She ain't going nowhere. I need Venezuela to be unsanctioned so I can cash in Bolivar. Okay. I I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know not what to tell you. All right, good people. What time is it? Go about 10 more minutes, and we'll join Art. Let's see what else we got. Cha 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 cha. Anybody hear about the Resniks being deployed as a warning to Ukraine? But keep an eye on that VP, man. A lot of shit's coming out about her, man. About her going to Qatar and cutting that deal for the Madero. That's how come they stopped calling it an invasion, start calling it a coup. Evidently, the CIA came in with a boatload of cash and a contract. Do you think this is the year the detractors finally leaving you alone? No, they will not. The thing is, I don't care about them now. But I cared more when I was uh, trying to keep the black manosphere alive and together and keep it moving forward. So I had to keep my mouth, bite my tongue, keep my mouth shut a lot. Now I don't because it doesn't matter. Okay, we've already accomplished what we need to accomplish. So I don't give a shit. So anybody can get it. I can give it back because a lot of them left is because they found out they can get it too. They can get it just like me. Are you open to doing a Patreon movie review? Guess who's coming to dinner? Maybe. I think the ones I got lined up is the Mosley movie, always outnumbered, always outgunned, and then somebody wants me to do the Learning Tree. Um, guess who's coming to dinner? It's old. Yeah, I mean, I could. I remember when I saw it when I was a kid. Um, Guess what they didn't show? Well, they had already shown it with a black woman being married to a white man back in the 40s. So it's possible that the mustache man from Austria will reincarnate in the near future, and that I don't know. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Even if he did, it doesn't matter. It's because the time for his the time for him rising is over. Okay, so uh, um, he could not do what he did in his 30s now. So it doesn't matter who he is. It's going to take a different guy. Post divorce, where is the safest place to go for short-term female? Oh, there's tons of places, and of course, beautiful hair, fat ass. Uh, Colombia, Venezuela once they clean it up, Brazil. Uh, you want curvy Ethiopians, or Eritrea if you can get in. Okay, Ethiopians, they have beautiful faces, but they're not curvy. Okay, for the most part. Um, I would say South Africa. You want curvy South Africa or Uganda? Depends on what you want. Be just got married to BW, but she's Afro Latina. Puerto Rican. She might as well be black. Hence the name. We're considering raising our kids in Latin America. We're thinking PR or DR. Any countries you would suggest? Um, I would say if I was going to raise my kids in a Latin country, it probably wouldn't be the DR. Probably Puerto Rico's American. Want to get away from America? I say Guatemala, or I would say or Nicaragua. If you want to get with the um, if you ever want to go upscale a bit and you can afford it, go Chile. My dirty foot says I'm doing great work. Okay. It's true. I have observed far less nonsense in the chat ever since you started going after people for yeah. And basically, for the most part, a lot of the people digressors got squashed with the Kamala Harris thing. Short term equals DR. Yeah, it's super close. But DR has a lot of hoe culture. So related to your earlier stream, since black, but he said he's got kids. I relate to your earlier stream, since black men deal with trying to please black women regularly. Do you think it makes pleasing non-black women? Yeah, it is. Okay, if you if you've been bench pressing 500 pounds when somebody gives you a 200-pound weight, guess what? It's easy. Let me see if I can find her. Because I actually did down. I'm actually gonna do what's it called it? Pre-recorded on her. That's not it. Cancel. I want this video file. Here we go. See if I can find her, because I just downloaded her. Okay, and she's from Nigeria, I do believe. Okay, so I'm gonna find her. Okay, there she is.
African women, make sure you are having eye on these black American men. They are the real big fish. Forget about African men. African men got nothing to offer to you. All they got is to brainwash you. All they have is to tell you, just know you are a woman. Just know you are a woman. Let me tell you, don't be frightened by the comments you see out there by black American women. Black American women are out here to kick your ass, to make sure you enter inside the house, all right? Because they don't want you to date their men. Let me tell you what they are secretly doing. Many are secretly hunting for Nigerian men, Ghanaian men, Sierra Leonean men, Liberian men, Senegalese men, Cotonou men. I'm telling you, Gambia men. They will tell you, I have never come across any African. For instance, I don't want no African men. Let me tell you, they are hunting your African men. Don't let them intimidate you. Don't let them stop you. Explore. You are in America. Make sure you are going for this big fish. I call black American guys big fish. I call them big fish because you see these men, they know how to love women correctly. One of the reasons their women don't like them, let me tell you, their women want to be the men in the house. They want to be the Otokinadu. They want to be the lion, the tiger. They want to be the all and all. You know what I mean? Yes. But you as an African woman, you are feminine. You are ready to calm down yourself and respect that man genuinely. And that is what black American women don't have. But you see them, they are gradually, secretly hunting for Nigerian men and other men from other African countries. So, why are you gonna let them intimidate you? No one to date their men. Do the same what they are doing for you. Because at the end of the day, men are gonna be men. Marry them. Marry them for love. Marry them because you like them. Do not marry them for green card. But don't be intimidated by the things you see from African American women. Because African American women, they are not the easy ones. But you should have thick skin as well. All right? So don't be scared. Go out. Go and search for love. All right? Yes. I'm just keeping it real. All right? I remain your humble queen. Keep watching my videos.
Okay. Yeah. But she's right. But basically, African American women are trying to put the dirty Mac on you. Okay. Keep women from actually dating you. You see, relate to your earlier stream. Men deal with trying to please. Okay. So which people will be on top once white supremacy ends? Eventually, African will actually rise in the next century. But the people are going to be on top after supremacy ends. Well, they're already on top, which is China. Chinese are actually on top. and white people actually clawing trying to get their mojo back. Do you think the indigenous Africans of Liberia still have a grudge against? No, I don't think so. Black Americans have settled there, and really, really, there's not that much difference between Liberians and African American people, right? Because you have a whole lot of Liberians here. I know a bunch of them. Okay, that that consider themselves American and vice versa. So not really. The things that African Americans don't want to go there. You know, just like any other African country, they have had civil wars and stuff like that going on. Once they settled that, maybe 20 years ago, there really hasn't been a peep since. Why those countries, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Chile, make enough money to live in any country in Latin America? Yeah, well, go visit one and see what the vibe is. I was about raising our kids. My future kids we plan to have soon. I should have explained better. Um, if I'm gonna pick one, if I was gonna pick one to go um, to raise children, depending on what you want, I say Chile. Scorched Earth. Uh, she wearing afro hair. She making a statement. Oh yeah, yeah, yep. So you're gonna marry a Blasian girl. We stopped dating after college. Still think about that box sometimes. Asians are probably better for your children. Asian women are probably better for, if a mother's Asian, it's probably better for your children. Nigerian women got to watch their image closely, though. Their image is real close. Man, they're probably very close because Nigerian men are the biggest tricks on the planet. That's like black women like them because they trick. I believe that the various African ethnic groups, tribes, and Liberia region settled by Black Americans have deep grudge against. Well, I couldn't. I talked to some people from Liberia, and that doesn't seem to be the case. What are three things that you enjoy most about that are free? Reading, okay, it's free for the most part. Uh, Since I'm in a beach city, riding a bike on the beach, that's free. There's a bunch of stuff that's free that I do that I enjoy. Um, Taking a walk, okay, it's free. A lot of that stuff, most of that stuff is free. There's a lot of stuff that's free that you don't have to pay for. I mean, the thing is, your own hobbies are pretty free. Okay, if the thing is, you have to put in your own sweat. But the thing is, most of the stuff that you guys actually can enjoy is probably free. Okay. The whole world. Yeah, the whole world is connected more than people will actually um, expect. Plus the infrastructure. The biggest thing that's actually changed the Africa and African people over the last, let's say, 15 years is the money coming in and actually building infrastructure. That's the biggest thing. Okay, there's a place for the seeds to actually take hold. Meanwhile, I have here in America, with white supremacy ends, white people will continue to act as if they're on top. Uh, okay, it's a process, bruh. It just doesn't. One day people pack up and go home. When was the last time you lit a bonfire on the beach? God, that's got to be 30 years, maybe. The thing is with the beaches now, man, a lot of your white people have pretty much privatized it, so you can't be out there like you used to. I mean, reading, bring VHS, and talking was May. Uh, I talked to May because she's an example of a gynocrat. African women love some black American men. I knew this when I was younger with my uncle's ex Nigerian wife. Let's try to get him back while his current wife, who's a black American, is trying to stop her. Yep, yep. Yeah, getting shots up. Yeah. Well, I'm too old to get shots up. I used to do that, but I don't have a favorite bicycle, not anymore. Uh, so I'm not competitive, so it doesn't matter. I like the all-terrain bikes is because um, street bikes are fine, but thing is sometimes you ride them on one they're a little stiff, and two they're faster. But thing is but thing is they can't be ridden everywhere. So I like the all-terrain bikes. Your recent video of Hey Big Head was script was great. AI power. I borrowed that. I borrowed that from somebody, but the thing is, it was so funny because it was so true. They actually go through a whole script when they're trying to get you back. What keeps me smiling while watching the world events? You got one. My grandson, okay, and seeing his growth. My grandsons and seeing them develop. Um, seeing you guys push yourself forward and actually go out and be happy, okay, and uh, and people learning from what I put out, okay. So that keeps me going. It keeps me happy. That's why I do it because you guys learn, and the thing is, you can actually take this stuff and actually use it. Just like Smitty. Smitty actually goes out and talks to people using this information. Actually expands this world. So yeah, anything masculine and physical will give you a swagger because you test yourself. Football, basketball, boxing, uh, uh, um, anything competitive will give you a swagger. It's because you have to go out and compete. Anyway, seven ethnic groups make up Liberia's indigenous African population. And that's in any African country you go to. Okay, any African country you go to, you're gonna see the same thing. Okay. The thing is, what are you bringing? Okay, Liberia, okay, you have people that go back and forth all the time. Okay, because they're Liberian. Liberians have an automatic visa to come here to the United States, so they go back and forth all the time. So you go there, you're not gonna have a beef, man. I have rarely heard people that Americans going to Liberia to have a beef. The thing is, what is there for you to actually take advantage of? Okay, they're not developed enough. That's the only reason why. The vast majority of African countries you don't have a problem with. Okay, the ones that have problems you already know about. Okay, go to Congo, you're gonna have issues. Go to Nigeria, you're gonna have issues. You go to um, Somalia, Sudan, you're gonna have issues. Okay, you know where the issues are. The other countries, you can go tons of different countries that have no issues. Okay, it's not enough for you there. So you go to Liberia. Most people that go to Liberia, they don't have no fucking problems. Okay, they don't have those kind of problems. Okay, and most of the problems that they have are internal to politics. Okay, but they do that to each other. It's the easiest one to get citizenship. Okay, it used to be automatic. Now you have to get a lawyer. It takes about a year. The thing is, y'all want this shit easy. Ain't none of this shit easy, man. I don't care where you go. Ain't none of this shit easy. You can go down to Puerto Rico. Go down to Puerto Rico, it's part of the United States. Ain't none of this shit easy. Okay. You go to Mexico and get citizenship. It's not easy. Okay. Okay, none of this. You live in an empire, and you go to any place else. Okay, um, it's not going to be the United States. You go to Europe. Europe is not the United States. If you want easy, pick a first world country and pay the money. Anyway, let me get out of here. Let me find Art's channel, okay, and put it in the chat. I am going to take a nap, and y'all can go over there and chop it up with Art. But I'm gonna take my old ass and take it and get me an old man snooze, okay? It's been a long week. He's talking about now. He's talking about older. He talk about older men versus and younger women versus older women and younger men. If the bitch want to pay, man. The thing is, a black women are fucking cheap. They don't want to pay. They can get a younger man. They don't want to pay. That's all it is. I came late. Anti-black American bigotry from Nigerian fathers admonish their daughters not to date and definitely not to marry black Americans. Man, who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck? You got 54 African countries. Who gives a fuck? Okay. If they don't want you to marry them, don't marry them. Okay. I mean, who cares?
Beauty.
Black men are used to getting told no.
I mean, if you want some Nicole Murphy or Angela Bassett type stuff, and that's still a stretch because you got the wrinkles and all that. Because on both sides, you got the man and the woman. They got gray, but for some reason, when the man has gray, he's like the wise man. The woman has the gray. You got to fight back the whole tendencies of that's grandma. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, a man being old and a woman being old is not the same thing. Okay, if the old woman wants to stand in place and take care of a younger man, then she can get the same results. She can get it. She's just not going to do it. That's all, because she don't want to do it because it's against her nature. I remember your guilty pleasure of cheating stories. I can't stop watching those Curvaceous Sisters cooking shows. I rationalize I need to learn how to cook that. Or go find women that cook. Okay, get you an Afro Latina. She cooks. Okay, go down to Mexico, southern Mexico. Bring you back Afro Latino that's chocolate with curly hair, and she'll cook all day long. You just have to find you just have to find the kind of woman that you want. You got 4 billion women on the planet, man. Y'all act like it's a closed shop, okay? You got 4 billion women on. You can find what you want with 4 billion women, okay? She's out there somewhere on the planet, right? Just find what you want and bring her back, or go to her. Either way, y'all act like it's especially nowadays with travel and the internet, it's easy to find her, okay? It's not that hard. You can come to California and find her. Okay, you got Latina women that cook with old school values to take care of the house. Okay, that are citizens. Okay, they're still here. I know. I know because the women like the same shit. Okay, how you think we get our taste from? Okay, it's because that's what our mama like. Anyway, let's get out of here. And y'all go over to Arts, okay? Because Art's talking shit over there. Most people date people in their radius, okay? If you want to date women in your radius, I have no problem with you dating women in your radius, but stop fucking complaining about it, okay? If you want to stick in your area, then that's what you're stuck with. That you're stuck with that pile of women. Don't complain about it, okay? Because it's too easy to go out and get a woman from another group. Way too easy. It's way too easy to move your radius too. Now, Vivica Fox, BBL, is 60 years old, tragic. Um, she's looking for attention. She's not looking for a man. That's about attention. So if I had no problem with who you date or what pool that you swim in if you're comfortable with it, okay? Or not dating if you're comfortable with it, but don't complain about it, okay? There's too many ways to actually square that circle or slice that cake. Way too many ways, okay? Don't complain about it. Did I just put the link in the chat? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I thought I did. Maybe I did not. There it is. You can actually go over to the what made it worse, she had a BBL party. Well, she's looking for attention, man. It doesn't matter, okay? We might not like what things, but it got her attention. It got her exactly what she wanted. She got a whole bunch of attention, which is what she wanted. There's a reason she went into show business is because she likes attention. Anyhow, yeah, let me get out of here. I will see you guys later.
And with that, I just have two more words to say. Obama out.
Muzyka Denis Siedem.